Hi, I'm in the workshop today making a book for my mom. I chose this really interesting Japanese paper for the inside of the book. The brand is Ona. It is washi paper. It is made in Japan, compatible with inkjet and laser printers. Let me show you the finish here. So this is like the uncoated matte side. I think this is a nice approximation of what a regular paperback feels like. The flip side is smooth and has more of the visible fiber elements. They look kind of like feathers. All right, here's a sample of what it looks like run through the laser printer. You can see that the glossy or smooth side prints nicely with the laser printer as well. Here's a headline font with body text, some other decorative elements like the drop cap. Now you can see through, but I think that that's pretty consistent with book paper anyways. Now one of the next steps in the process will be to cut these A4 pieces of paper right down the middle. The way I've handled printing this project is that I have a A4 page size for the print job. Each one of these pages is A5, which is exactly half of A4. They are printed first single-sided, and then the order of the pages is reversed. The even or odd pages are printed on the opposite side. But suffice it to say, you need to do some tests when this is cut that the next page in chronology is 7, which here you can see that it is. Now there were a few supplies I needed to get for the bookbinding part of the project, and this PVA glue is one of them. I got this bone folder, brushes with different profiles, and then this glue dish, and also brush rest. $12, $13 for that set of things, and I can use it for woodworking as well. Now I'm going to link to the video of the YouTuber that showed me how to do all this and set out the equipment list and tools list. They suggested a Swiss Army knife as one tool that you could use to score the cover sheet. I've created this bookbinding jig. So you can see how it's constructed here. There's just some blocks of plywood that are sized for the paper that I'm using. This is the original. This happens to be just a piece of pine board. You could use plywood, something flat.
Then the idea is that once all the pages are printed and cut and the cover is printed, scored, and folded, that I would put everything into the jig, put down a clamping block, clamp down, and then add the bookbinder's glue as well as that interfacing, and then letting it dry, and then moving to the final finishing stages of trimming the paper to all the same width.
All right, I'm down in the basement here with my HP LaserJet P1102W, and I'm going to print the even and odd sets separately here. Okay. Okay, I'm just taking these and reversing the order. The smallest page number is still on top. This will not be a very thick book, but one idea I have is to put some blank pages in as a journal. Okay, here we go with the back side. Print. Did we get it? Yes, we did get it. Here are all the pages, and everything seems to be in order. It's a bit thicker than I thought it would be. All right, as far as the digital production of the book, it actually started in Pages. I used a template and modified it a little bit, but it made it really easy to make the table of contents and to format it in a way that kind of looked like a book. The next really kind of interesting thing is that I designed the artwork for the cover using DALL.E.2, the AI system that can create realistic images from just a description of what you need it to do in natural language. Okay, this is crazy because this is the natural language that I used to generate the background cover art. Girls in winter jackets, a blur of red and purple walking past a window pane in the style of Edward Hopper. That's pretty crazy. This composited image with the hand is an oil painting of a woman's hand writing in a journal by a window overlooking Milwaukee in the style of Edward Hopper. Also crazy. So DALL.E.2 from labs.openai.com, laid out in InDesign, printed at FedEx Office on a tabloid 11.5 by 17 60-pound laser paper suitable for folding. At FedEx Office, I did the trimming on their rotary cutter myself. And then I took the washi paper that I printed here at home on laser paper, and I had them cut it because they could cut it more cleanly with their industrial guillotine. All right, I'm going to score and fold the book cover. Before I do, I'm just going to take a little measurement of the thickness of the body of the book. I think the worst thing would be if it was too wide a spine, because it would create like a flabby quality. These rulers are really nice because you can see through them to a reference mark to help get the squareness of your cut. The second relief fold here. Shoot. That doesn't look right. Let's see how well it fits. It fits well. All right, I'm going to cut the bookmaker's mole. Is that what it's called? Mole? Mole, 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 mole. All right, I'm going to put the PVA glue in this dish. Okay, I'm just done. All right, I'll sandwich it between two pieces of extra paper. I've got this piece of wood that goes the entire span of the spine, and then I'll put some weight on it and let it dry. All right, here's the finished book, almost finished book. It just needs to be trimmed along this final edge. It looks like a real book. It feels like a real paperback. The paper is really special. It opens nicely, and I'm really pleased with the cover design and the use of the DALL.E.2 artificial intelligence to create something really unique that didn't require me to paint an oil painting. There's a lot to bookmaking. This is a good first effort. I wanted to make a special gift for my mom, who wrote a series of short stories that were based on the journals of my grandma. So it really deserved a special presentation, and I think this fits the bill. If you're into this, I've linked to some of the resources in the description. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.